Good afternoon, I'm Hugo Butler.
And I'm James Burgoyne.
Here are your Solent Sports news headlines.
In cricket, England captain Joe Root hit an impressive century to put his side into a strong position with the series to win the series against Sri Lanka on the third day of the second test. Joe Root hit 124 runs before falling for an LBW, his first century on foreign soil since replacing Alistair Cook as skipper last year. England are currently leading the three test series 1-0.
Wayne Rooney made his final England appearance last night as the Three Lions eased to victory, beating USA 3-0. The 33-year-old signed off for his country with 120 caps and 53 goals to his name, making him England's all-time top goal scorer, but was unable to get on the score sheet to cap off an emotional night. Callum Wilson, however, had a debut to remember as the Bournemouth striker netted the third and final goal of the evening. Manchester United's Jesse Lingard and Liverpool youngster Trent Alexander-Arnold completed the scoring.
VAR is set to be used in the Premier League next season. A formal request is expected to be made to FIFA and the International Football Association Board. In April, the Premier League voted against the use of VAR this season. However, there have been some controversial events in Southampton this campaign. Southampton manager Mark Hughes said the Premier League is still in the dark ages for not having VAR yet.
Eastleigh travel to Barrow tomorrow with Ben Strevens in charge of his first game for the Spitfires. Adam Holmes tells us more on the story.
Eastleigh are on target to reach their objective this season. Currently sitting in 10th in the Vanarama National League, the Spitfires are catching up with the pack for the playoff places. Their newly appointed manager Ben Strevens has a big weekend ahead of him. His first game in charge is away at Barrow, a fixture that Eastleigh have struggled with in the past. Unbeaten in their last 3 games and taking 2 points against top of the league Salford and Leyton Orient, Strevens is hoping to put previous results against Barrow behind them.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be a tough test. I've watched them a few times now. They've got some good players. They was really unlucky in their last game against Ebbsfleet. They probably shouldn't have lost the game. And it's always a hard place to go. I don't think any Eastleigh team that I can remember has got anything from travelling to Barrow. So, we'll be trying to hopefully put that right on Saturday.
Due to Andy Hessenthaler's departure at the start of October, Strevens stepped in as interim, taking 5 points from 4 games. Strevens made 141 appearances over 2 stints at the club and spent 2 years as the assistant manager. Having all this experience has been pivotal in securing the main role at the Silver Lake Stadium, but the new boss doesn't believe that much has changed since making the leap into the #1 seat.
It's been a good couple of weeks. The strangest thing is obviously not having a game since the Salford one. So I don't think there's been a stage this season or any that I can remember where we hadn't had a game for 2 weeks. So that's been a little bit different, but I've managed the boys a little bit differently, give them a little bit of time where they can spend some time with their friends and family. But then we've had a real strong week this week in terms of preparing for the game ahead on Saturday. So yeah, it's been different, but not in terms of management stuff. This is what we've been doing for the last few weeks. So it's been another good week.
One of Strevens' first acts as manager was to appoint an assistant, former Basingstoke manager Jason Bristow. Bristow joins after spending 19 years at the Dragons, and Strevens feels his knowledge will only improve him as a manager.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's really good. Actually, I enjoy watching him take the boys. It gives me a bit of an opportunity to step back, and I spoke to him a little bit about how Barrow play and how I wanted us to play, and then he just, he's done his sessions, around that, and it's been really nice to watch. And the boys have taken to him. He's a real good coach. So I'm probably learning a little bit off him, if I'm being honest, because he's been in this game a long time. He's been a manager, and yeah, I'm learning off him all the time. And the boys seem to really enjoying his training as well.
Academy scholar Ollie Dennett has recently been added into the squad in the past year and is hoping to get a bigger role under Strevens' leadership.
The academy's doing really well, to be fair to them. There's a lot more academy boys training with us now, doing really well, so credit to the academy, doing a lot of good work behind the scenes. Just try and get in the team really, try and get in the team and stay in the team. I felt I've done well when I've played, so I'm going to just try and get in the team and stay in the team. It's going to be a tough game, no game in this league's easy, but I think Barrow have lost a few games in a row now, so they'll be looking to bounce back against us, but we're playing well at the minute. Obviously unlucky to get 2 points out of the last 2 games. Felt we should have had more, but yeah, it should be a good game.
Eastleigh's next 2 games at home will see their 2 former managers return to Silver Lake, and the boss is excited for the upcoming challenges.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I mentioned to the boys the other day, you know, my next 2 home games are against Martin Allen and Andy Hester-Tyler, so it's a bit of a baptism of fire really with them two, you know. And I've got a lot of respect for both of them, and at different times of my career they both really helped me. So I've got to worry about Barrow, and then once we get through Barrow, then I'll start thinking about Martin and Chesterfield ahead. But yeah, look, I'm looking forward to being manager of my first home game officially. That's going to be a real proud moment for me, but I want to try and get a positive result at Barrow first.
With only 5 points between them and the playoffs, a win on Saturday will carry their run of form and put them in touching distance of the top 7. Adam Holmes, Solent Sports News.
6-time champion Roger Federer has reached the last 4 of the ATP finals, beating Kevin Anderson in straight sets. Federer reached the semi-final for the 15th time in 16 appearances. Victory means Federer topped his group and boosted his chances of avoiding top seed Novak Djokovic. The Wimbledon champion plays later today against Marin Cilic.
Solent Bucks are in fine form thanks to captain Matt Davies. Sham Abu Fala has more on the story.
And the Solent basketball team have started the season brightly, currently laying in 2nd place in the league. The captain has been instrumental in this run, leading the team to a great record of 5 wins and 1 loss in the Bucks League. Despite his recent success for Team Solent, we have to go back to when Davis was only 7 years old.
I just went to a casual session for under 10s or something, and I fell in love from it there, really.
Since then, the small forward has had stints at the Reading Rockets and UCAM Marseille in Spain. He is now on a scholarship helping the team to achieve their objectives, but it could have been very difficult had Solent's offer not been good enough.
I did look into America, which obviously one with the basketball, and when I was at Spain, we were staying on to Spain doing undergrad out there, but the offer I got from Solent University, I couldn't really reject that. So.
But now here in Southampton, Matt Davis is looking forward to the rest of the season and is targeting a league and a cup double.
Well, last year we won the league in the Bucks Prem, so I want to do that again. And we lost in overtime in the semi-final, so this time we want to get back there, win the semi-finals and get to the Bucks final.
Such ambitions target are norm for Davis, with the manager Sylvain Denord recognising his competitive mentality.
Well, Matt is the leader. He's been with us here for 3 years now. He's a winner. He wants to win. He's got aggressivity in his game. Not in life, which is great, but aggressivity in his game. And he brings us a lot of aggressivity to the hoop. So always attacking the hoop and driving. And, so he's calm. And we know sometimes when we need to push a little bit, we can go to him.
Matt Davis is a vital member of the team, and he will have to be at his best on the 28th of November, when Team Solent face unbeaten side East London. Despite the talent of Matt and the rest, Sylvain hopes a big crowd can turn up to encourage the team.
6 o'clock, 28th of November, on Wednesday here in St Mary's.
6 o'clock. Yeah.
6 o'clock. So we would love to see the place packed with lots of students.
This weekend, Chinese martial arts are coming to Southampton as the UK Shaolin Temple hosts its biggest competition to date. Reporter James Rowland has more.
The sport of Sanshu, also known as Sanda, is China's most practiced combat discipline. Wushu Sanshu is a martial art which was originally developed by the Chinese military in the late 1940s. The sport is based upon the study and practices of traditional kung fu and modern combat fighting techniques, such as quick punches, kicks, wrestling, takedowns and elbows and knee strikes. Here at the UK Shaolin Temple in Southampton, the fighters are preparing for a Chinese martial arts competition this weekend. Martine Nevin, who has been part of the temple under Master Xin Yangming for over 10 years, is the event manager and is looking forward to the competition.
It's quite an important competition because it's the 4th year we've been running. We've got people coming from all around the country, from London, from Bristol, Birmingham, London. I said London, didn't I? And we've also got some European participation as well, which is great. We've got a team from France coming down. We've had European participants before, but this is quite a big team coming, Sanda team coming.
Tom Board is a member of the association and will referee the event this weekend.
Yeah, well, we have the competition side is called Sanda, and it's kind of like kickboxing, Chinese kickboxing, and so it's a points-based scoring system. So my role on the day, there's basically I'm the referee on the mats. So I'm signalling to the judges when people go outside of the area and we have to stop the fight. If there's any penalties, like for example if they hit too hard or they're using an illegal move, again I'm signalling to the judges. So I'm controlling what's happening on the floor, and then the judges around are then taking the scores, and then the head judge basically makes the final decision.
The competition will see a range of all ages competing. One of the youngest fighters is Jack Wallace.
Yeah, I'm really excited, quite confident as well. I've been training for 2 years, non-stop, so...
The temple, which will host the competition, is full of state-of-the-art equipment and houses a variety of classes 7 days a week. Ashley Wykes, who trains at the temple, won 2 gold medals at the 2015 TCFE Chinese Martial Arts Championship and has fallen in love with the sport.
Definitely the movies. So Bruce Lee, definitely kind of legends like that, Jet Li, Jackie Chan. So as a child watching those movies, I was like, wow, you know, actually one day I would love to do this. And I found a club that offered those sort of things. I started coming once a week. Before you know it, I was sort of hooked on it. And so now I train several hours a week and have competed myself.
The competition this weekend promises to be the biggest the temple has ever seen, as Chinese Sanda looks to be a sport on the rise in the UK.
Deontay Wilder has admitted that he's not scared of Tyson Fury ahead of their fight in December. The American, who has a record of 40-0, will fight Fury in Los Angeles on December the 1st in what he's called the biggest fight in the world.
Nothing at all about him that concerns me, that scares me. You know, I'm the best in the world. I don't think there's no other heavyweight has been through what I've been through to go through so many different calibers of fighters. Like I said, I'm the dangerous man on the planet. And I'm going to continue to say that, and I'm going to continue to prove it. Those that doubt me, I feel sorry for you.
That's all from us for now. Join us next week here at Solent Sports News.
See you then. Goodbye.
Goodbye.